בעזרת השם נעשה ונצליח, והשם עלינו ברחמיו ירוויח. השיעור יהיה לעילוי נשמת מגילה בת ישראל, נשמתה תהיה צרורה בצור החיים. Also לעילוי נשמת our friend מוטי, everyone remember מוטי, מרדכי בן רחמה, נשמתם תהיה צרורה בצור החיים. Okay, so what is Tachanun, the prayer of supplication? What is the play of supplication? So everyone know that after Tfilat Amidah in Shacharit and in Mincha, we do a Tachanun, we do confession. We do it after the repetition. Nachon? Everyone know. But we have to understand, why do we have to do confession? Because during the day, quite often, we do averot without even knowing, or if we know. That's mitzvot that we don't do. It's a mitzvah that we don't do. But also there is averot that we don't take notice that we're doing. Or we take notice that we're doing. That means that there is certain averot that we do on purpose, and certain averot that we do by mistake. Averot that what we call them, a person that do it b'mezid or b'shogeg. You follow what I'm saying? So for that we have to do a confession. Where is the source for it? The source for the confession. I'm going to give you a hint. Last week Parsha, in Parashat Naso. Anyone remember? No, I'll help you. In Parashat Naso, in chapter 5, in verse 5 and 6, it says like this. Ish or Isha, a man or a woman. Okay? Ki asu mikol hat'ot ha'adam. That means that the sin and done sin that a human being do, v'idvadu et hatatam. They're obligated to do a confession. Okay. The Rambam, the great eagle. Everyone know the great eagle, the Rambam. They call him the great eagle. Why they call him the great eagle? Anyone know? Hanesher HaGadol. No one was higher than him. No one got to the level of the Rambam. They say, from Moshe to Moshe, lo kam ke Moshe. What does it mean? From Moshe Rabbeinu to Moshe ben Maimon, that was the Rambam, no one was great like them. So the Rambam, he born in the city of Cordova in Spain 883 years ago, around 883 years ago. And in his book, Mishneh Torah, in Hilchot Filah, he explained like this, that it doesn't make a difference if it's mitzvot aseh or mitzvot lo taseh. That means the negative command or the positive command. If one of them a person didn't fulfill, for that you have to do confession. If he done it by mezid, that means on purpose, or he done it by mistake, beshogeg, he still have to do confession. That means any one of those negative command or positive command that you didn't fulfill, you're obligated to do confession. Okay. So the question is, what was the Tachanun, the confession in the olden days? Anyone have any idea? Because they didn't have what we have today. And you'll see what was the old confession. So the Rambam in Hilchot Tshuva, in the law of Tshuva, in chapter 1, verse 1, listen what he said. He explained like this. Tzarich ha'adam, a person have to do confession. Shehata, a person that sin, have to do confession. Velomar kach, and you have to say like this. Hatati, that means a sin. Aviti, it means I twisted the law of the Torah. Pashati, everyone understand what is it, Pashati? Pashati, that I done something, what we call it in English, criminal. Don't know how would you say Pashati in English. There is any other word to explain that? Philip, will you help me? No. So you have to say 3 words. Hatati, Aviti, Pashati. And then, after you say that, you have to explain in your own word what you done wrong, to speak to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the confession according to
This first, chapter 1 of Mishneh Torah.
Chapter 1, verse 1. In Hilchot, but which? Hilchot Torah, they have an all of law. The law, remember, of Tshuva. The law of Tshuva. What does it mean? That the person, let's say, by mistake, spoke Lashon Hara. So you have to say, Hatati, Aviti, Pashati, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I spoke Lashon Hara. I really regret, I ask for forgiveness, and etc. You follow? I've just given one example. There's many. That's the vidui that the Rambam say. Okay, I understand.
That was specific.
Those three words is the most important. Hatati, aviti, pashati, according to the Rambam. And everyone agree with that. There's no dispute about that. I'm going to get stage by stage how we go to our Tachanun. Now we have to understand when we finish the repetition, from the time that we finish Amidah until we start the Tachanun, a person not allowed to talk. Why? Because what are we doing in Amidah? That's the highest level. Olam HaAtzilut, the highest level. We're speaking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu directly now. Now we start asking. Whatever we want. We want for refuah, we want prosperity, we want that, we want that. Everything that you want, you ask in Amidah. In Tachanun, it's still part of that. Why? Because if you want to draw all the prosperity, you have to ask for forgiveness. So the Tachanun and the Amidah is one thing. We're not allowed to talk between them. Do you understand what I'm saying? And many people think that during the repetition, it's a time to social. That's where it's the mistake. Because the repetition is a very high level. And the Tachanun is to ask, to draw, to accept all of it by asking HaKadosh Baruch Hu for forgiveness. And suddenly you stand and you talk with your friend and you socialize. That's not the time. Okay. Now, we have to understand that there is different version of Tachanun. How many of you here lived in Israel for a while? Oh, Mark, you can, obviously you daven with the Sfaradim sometime. It's a different Tachanun. And I'll explain the difference between Sfaradim and Ashkenazim. The Sfaradim do the confession, not only just confession, they also do 13 midot. Yud Gimel midot. Nachon? What it mean Yud Gimel midot? 13. Everyone know what I'm talking about? No. So in there you say El, Rahum, V'Hanun. You follow? That's what we say the Sfaradim. The Ashkenazim say, usually when it's come to the Tachanun, Vayomer David El Gad, a different confession. And here becomes the different. The version of the Ashkenaz is like this. They say Vayomer David El Gad, then they sit. On the morning, they put the hand on top of, no, right hand.
Unless you're left-handed.
No, on the right. If you're left-handed, sorry. On Minha, everyone do on the left. Nachon? Then they put a handkerchief, or if you have a long sleeve, you don't have to put a handkerchief and put your head on that. Did you know why? We'll explain why.
Don't make contact with the skin.
Why not to make contact with the skin?
Why not, weet ik niet. But you don't make contact with the skin. So
I understand, but why? Obviously, you put it not to make contact, but why? We'll explain. We'll explain now that...
In the mincha, you put, even though you're putting your hand on the left, you still put a handkerchief on.
If you don't have a shirt or anything,
have
I'm
a
talking in summer usually. You know what I'm talking about. In winter, obviously, you have the sleeve of the shirt, the sleeve of your jacket, the whatever you wear. It's a bit different. You follow? The Sfaradim, what they do, when they say the Tachanun, they say Vaya'avor. And then they bow down again, and then they say 13 midot, the 13 midot, the 13 character traits of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. El, Rahum, V'Hanun, Er, Chapayim, V'Rav Chesed, V'Emet. That's what we do every day. But we see that on Monday and on Tuesday is a bit different. It's a bit longer, Nachon? Why? Nachon, much longer, Nachon? No, I want to know why. I need help. That's what you hear. That's a very good point. Okay. I tell you, you're good, huh? Okay. So on Monday and Tuesday, Hazal explained to us something like this. Monday and Tuesday, Rabota, listen to it and try to memorize in your mind. Monday and Thursday, Hazal say like this, Yameh Ratzon. It's the day of goodwills. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu accept our regret. On Monday, on Tuesday, because it's a special day, we do a long Tachanun, and we ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in a confession, to forgive us for all the sin. Why? Because those days, the day of goodwill, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu will accept our confession. So now why we understand why on Monday and Tuesday, we do a long Tachanun. You follow?
Is it a day of goodwill because we've said a long Tachanun?
No, because it's a day of goodwill, we say a Tachanun.
Sorry?
Because it's a day of goodwill, then we say a long Tachanun. Why? Because then we almost sure that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will forgive all our sin.
Why is those days?
Because those are the days that HaKadosh Baruch Hu decide, and Hazal tell us. But why is it? What do we do also on Monday and Thursday? Take the Torah. We show HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we read your Torah. We never leave your Torah more than 2 days, 3 days without reading it. Nachon?
So is that one of the reasons
Yeah.
why it's...
Look, Shabbos we read the Torah. You agree with me?
Yes.
Sunday? No. Nachon? Only if there is Rosh Chodesh. But in general, no. Monday we read the Torah. Nachon? Tuesday, Wednesday, no. The third day, Thursday we read. Friday, no. Saturday again. It doesn't have a 3 days that we don't read the Torah. When I say 3 days, a full 3 days.
But if that's one of the reasons why Hashem is especially gracious to us, then why don't we read the Torah every day? Because then he'll be
Because
gracious
then
to
it's
us
still
every
had, because then it's still had the tzibura.
Sorry?
Tirha de tzibura. You make the tzibur, the congregation take too long, then you didn't done nothing. And Hazal tell us, if you look carefully,
Covenant to Hashem is too long. Too
yes,
much effort.
absolutely. You see that HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want you to do more. Where do you learn that? On Shabbat. Nachon, you daven Shahrit? What do you do after Shahrit, after you finish the Torah? Ashrei. But wait, why you don't say Alenu Leshabeach?
That comes later.
I know that come later, but why not? Because Shahrit is one tefillah, Musaf is a one tefillah. You agree with me? Not to cause the congregation too much to wait. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want it. And if you take notice, if the davening is too long, people get bored. Then they start yap, start talking. If you look in Israel, I don't know if you know the late Rav Ovadia Yosef. Rav Ovadia Yosef on Shabbos used to start his davening at 7:30. 9:15, it's finished.
Same as the early morning here.
Yeah, that's how it should be. You come to daven, you come to talk to Hashem, and you go. But when you start performing and you start that, they're human beings. They start talking because they're bored. Move on with it, move on. Nachon, Shimon?
I don't understand.
I'll speak to you about it.
I think that we just should be grateful that we can...
We
daven
are
to
grateful. No, we are grateful, but we don't want to take that davening and to drag about it. We need to move it.
How can you not want to daven to Hashem?
We'll speak about it. Let's speak about it. So we see from here,
Question I have.
sorry, yes,
Why don't we say Aleinu after Shachris?
that's what I explained. That's what I explained a minute ago. That we don't want the tzibur to wait. So what do? Straight after Shaharit, we take the Sefer Torah,
what
Ashrei,
separates-
Musaf, and then Alenu.
What separates the Shachris from the Musaf?
Kriyat Torah and Ashrei. You have Kriyat Torah, reading the Torah, nachon? After you read the Torah, here, finished. Then you say Ashrei, and then Musaf, nachon?
Nachon.
And after that, Alenu.
But you're supposed to say Aleinu after each service.
After each service. But that's exactly what I'm saying. Because Hazal knew that if you're going to extend it and you're going to make the tzibur bored, they don't want tirha de tzibura. Stephen, how you say tirha de tzibura in English?
Burden.
A burden. Not to be burdened on a tzibur when you extend the davening. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants you to daven to him direct, straight. No more.
That's beyond...
Let me just continue. Now there is the vision of the version of the Tachanun. What it means, the version of the Tachanun? The version of the Tachanun, we have, just before I continue, sorry, I just want to say one halacha. The Shulchan Aruch have spoke that we're not allowed to talk from after when we start the Amida, then we have a repetition, then we have Tachanun. We're not allowed to talk. That's Rabotai Pasken, the Mishnah Berurah, sorry, first which is Shulchan Aruch and Kuf Lamed Aleph, that's mean 131 verse 1, and the Mishnah Berurah also Pasken that. So it's lechol hadaot that the person not allowed to talk. There is no reason that you talk. And many people take the repetition and talking about it. And no one, and especially the repetition, it's the highest level of the tefillah. That's when all the congregation answering Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo and Amen, that's when we push together all the tefillah up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does it mean? I can daven by myself. Chaim Yankel daven by himself. Nachon? Everyone daven the Amida by himself. But maybe I'm not deserved to receive prosperity, or not deserved to receive that, or not deserve. But Chaim Yankel allowed. But Chaim Yankel not allowed to receive health. When we answer all together in a repetition, we bring all of that down. And that's what we're not allowed to do. Okay, now the version that we have, in a time that the Jewish people was together, I'm talking to you that they were settling in Eretz Israel, and most of them was in Babylon. You remember, after the destruction. What was the Tachanun? So the Tachanun was that everyone say, Hatati aviti pashati lefanecha, like the Rambam say, but everyone express his confession personally, until the time of the Rishonim. The Rishonim started in the 11th century, until the 15th century. That was the time. After the Rishonim, they change, and they make two nusachim that we have, the two nusach that we know. But then become the major nusach of Ari HaKadosh. That's happened in the 16th century. The 16th century, Ari HaKadosh, Rabbi Yitzhak Luria Ashkenazi, he make the vidui a bit different. And he brought the 13 character trait of HaKadosh Baruch Hu into it. And the Sfaradim took it. That means that the nusach of the Sfaradim actually come from the Kabbalistic point of view. The Ashkenazim going according to the usual nusach. You follow what I'm saying? And they don't say the 13 character trait of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, 13 midot. Anyone understand? Okay. Now we have to understand, we come in to Shul, so the Sfaradim standing up and they're bowing down. Vaya'avor Hashem al panav, and they're bowing a little bit down. Nachon, Mark? They're doing it. What does the Ashkenazim do? They put in Shahrit the right hand, and they put the hand on top of it. Why do they put the hand? That's to show that they're bowing down. Nachon? The same. Now, why not allowed to touch? We say that the skin on the body. Because when you bow down, you have to show kavod to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kavod is ana. So you separate between your body, you understand what I'm saying? And your head that weighs all the foot. You follow? That's why we do it. Now in Shahrit we do it on the right hand, nachon? When it's come to Minha, we're all doing it on the left. Why? Did you ask yourself?
No tefillin.
Because the tefillin. Okay. So if the tefillin, I agree with you. But why then on Minha you go to the left? Carry on with the right.
Also, the head mustn't touch this thing, huh?
You put it here. Like this. Put it on your jacket. On your jacket.
Oh, if I got it.
If you have a short sleeve, take your tefillin cover or your talis cover, put and put. So, sorry? I didn't hear. David, what you say?
Can you use your talent?
Yeah, definitely. You're separating by that. But now the question is, you say it's in ana of the tefillin, nachon? In that case, I agree. I'm not saying not, because that's the reason. But then why on minha, I'm putting my head on the left?
Because most people put their tefillin
Huh?
on the left. Most people put their tefillin in the morning on the right hand side.
Yeah, but I say in minha. In the morning you put on the left, נכון? Then you put your head on the right. I agree. But in minha you put your head on the left.
Because you're not wearing your tefillin.
Yeah, but then carry on with the right. Huh? Something to do with midat adin, exactly. What does it mean? That the left represent the judgment. The right is hesed. Hesed is kindness. Left is judgment. What do we do in the morning? We put the tefillin on the left, נכון? The tefillin facing the heart. The tefillin of head, the mind, נכון? Why do we do that? That we're saying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, our heart and our thought, it's to you, נכון? That means that we want to conquer the judgment, the evil inclination. It's the left. On minha that we don't put the feeling, we want to conquer that Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination. We're saying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we do it on the left. That means that we want to bring Midat HaRahamim, the character trait of mercy, compassion. Sorry, say again?
What if you forgot to daven shachrit and you put tefillin on your mincha?
You didn't daven shachrit.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to do on the right. If you put your tefillin on your left, because there's many left people that put, obviously, so then they put on the left. You follow what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to.
Take the tefillin off after the Amidah.
Sorry.
Take the tefillin off after the mincha.
And minha, usually after Amidah, you also take off. You know, some people not, but let's say that you want. You want to do the confession with that. You do it.
I've got a question.
Yes, who? Yes, Norman, sorry.
People that are right-handed will put the tefillin on the left hand.
Nachon,
People that are left-handed will put the tefillin on the right hand.
nachon. What they do in Shahrit? On the left.
And the other way around, for mincha.
No, the only reason that we don't put the head on the left-hand side, you know why? Because the tefillin is there, to give honor, to show kavod to the tefillin. But if the tefillin is on the right hand, you're going to put it on the left. You follow? Yeah. Yat keha. That's it. Yeah, the weaker hand. Any other question before we continue? Yes, Mark. Sorry, Philip.
Why does nobody like Tachanun?
Huh?
Why does nobody like Tachanun?
Oh, you took now, that was the next stage. Before I answer you, yes.
So I always learned that if you're left-handed, you mincha you do on the. Well, hold on. If you're left-handed, you put tefillin on the right hand, and then shachrit you say tachanun on the left hand. And mincha, I heard that you did the other way around. So
You always want to make mitat adin lower, that the judgment not going to be strong. You follow? Okay, now that's what I wanted to speak. Why many people, when they hear Tachanun, they don't want to do it? Nachon? You all agree with me? Oh, there is a Hatan. Oh, there is a Brit Milah, you know. Oh, Baruch Hashem, the Hatan. Sheva Yemei Mishteh. Okay, Baruch Hashem. You're all laughing. Sorry. The simple reason is because people want the short way home. That's the honest truth. There's no other reason. But, here's the big but. I heard that in the olden days, and I heard that from the Ben Ish Hai, Rabbi Yosef Haim, you heard about it. And many people say that even if it was Hatan in a shul, or Brit, they didn't used to say Tachanun. When is everything finished, just before they leave, they used to say Tachanun. Why? What is the purpose of the Tachanun? The purpose of the Tachanun, when you say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hatati, Aviti, Pashati, like you say in a vidui, in a confession, HaKadosh Baruch Hu immediately forgive for all your sin that you've done. And where do we do that? Now listen to me carefully. They used to light the Ner HaTamid twice. They used to bring Korban HaTamid twice a day. Nachon? When? Shaharit, and Ben Arbaim, נכון? That's when we do vidui. What was the purpose of that korban? To do atonement for all the sin. Do you understand what I'm saying? By that you do in Tachanun, Rabotai, that's atonement for all the sin. It's the same like you brought the korban. But today we don't have korbanot because we don't have Bet HaMikdash. You agree with me? Look at that. We don't understand what is Tachanun. Very good question, Mark. Go on. Yes?
Whatever, are the women now obligated to it?
Women not obligated to daven. Why? Because it's mitzvah she'azman gerama. It's a mitzvah, there is time bounded into it. Although, if the woman can take one davening a day, they can. But usually, imagine telling a woman to daven with you Monday morning. Monday morning take us at least 3/4 an hour, נכון? You can't do it less with Kriyat Torah and long Tachanun. Imagine women that need to look after their kids, need to prepare for kids, need to prepare them to go to school.
No, what I'm saying is, my wife, she davens at home.
Nothing wrong.
You know what I say, but she doesn't do Tachanun. Is that right?
No,
or she
no
should
problem.
do Tachanun?
No problem. No problem. She did one tefillah a day. It can be mincha, it can be mariv. You follow? If she can. She's not obligated because it's a time-bounded mitzvah. Any other question before? Yes.
So why is Tachanun twice a day?
Yeah, I explained it a second ago. What we used to bring? We used to bring
But
two
also-
korban. Wait.
And part B, if we're asking for forgiveness, why do it at the beginning of the day? Is that for the day before? Why not do it in the evening?
Okay, did you listen what Spencer asked, our friend
Come
Spencer?
to shul, you davening in a minyan.
We say, first of all, let me answer your first question. We say that we used to bring, when the time of Bet HaMikdash, they used to bring Korban HaTamid, one in the morning and one Ben Arbaim. Why? That the morning, it's for all the sin, Has v'Shalom, if you done at night. And Ben Arbaim, it's for all the sin that you done maybe during the day. So that means that 24 hours, you ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be covered, that you done confession. You follow? So what's the idea in the morning? You think if you do in the morning, it's for all day. No, it's the previous day, the confession that you done, because you don't know if you're going to do sin. The confession that you done, it's what you done before. It's not what you're going to do, because we don't know if we're going to do averot. We hope that not. So we done in the morning for the evening. The evening, it's what we done during the day.
So your kavona on each one.
Absolutely,
for
absolutely. Because at night we don't say. Why at night we don't say? Because the night is time of judgment. That's why you're not allowed to learn at night Torah shebichtav, the written Torah. Only oral Torah. Where do we learn that from? We learn that from Moshe Rabbeinu. Hazal say. When Moshe Rabbeinu gone to heaven, he didn't know when it's day, when it's night. So how did he realize when it's day, when it's night? When HaKadosh Baruch Hu used to teach him Torah shebichtav, the written Torah, he knew that it's day. At night, he used to teach him the oral Torah. And he knew from here we learn. Because night is a time of a judgment. Yes?
So I understand that you're doing it for what you, also for any sins you've committed during the night. But the word suru, the verse suru says, leave me alone, get away from me, you evil spirits that are coming. So isn't that also for the rest of the day as well?
But you say it for what it was, that they was with you. You say it also for what's going to be, nachon, but you mainly regret for what? For the averot that you done. Because all the Tachanun is something that we regret that we done. Yes, Shimon?
We're starting to say a video of the Kriyat Shema at night.
Nachon. Okay, that we spoke about. There is a video, if you saw Kriyat Shema on Amita, that we do a vidui. Now, I would like to go forward. There are certain days that we don't do Tachanun. Which are they? Let's start. Shabbat, you all agree with me. Hagim is the Yom Tov. Rosh Chodesh, when there is a Hatan and there is a Brit Milah, we don't say. The second one, it's the place לא עלינו when there is a mona, נכון? In בית האבל we don't say תחנון. Why? Do you understand my question? The בית האבלים we don't say תחנון because there is a judgment on them. We don't want to bring more judgment into that place. So we don't say in the house of the mourner. That's number 2. Number 3, the Hasidim. It's a minhag of the Hasidim, Rabotai. It's a minhag of the Hasidim that they don't say Tachanun on the day of the Yortzeit of the Rebbe. But it's a minhag of the Hasidim. Now, I'm going to move to the months. Let's start with the months of Tishrei. The months of Tishrei, Aleph Tishrei and Bet Tishrei. And from the 11th of Tishrei until the end of Tishrei, we don't say Tachanun. That's the months of Tishrei. After Tishrei come the months of Kislev. That's we're celebrating on the 25th of Kislev, Hanukkah, נכון? From the 25th of Hanukkah until the end of that month, we don't say. After Kislev come Tevet, the first part of Tevet, that it's still part of the festival of Hanukkah, we don't say Tachanun. נכון? Okay. Then come Chodesh Adar. Now, in normal Adar, we don't say in a 14 and a 15 of Adar. But what's happened if there is a leap year, Adar Aleph and Adar Bet? We still don't say on the 14 and the 15. That's considered as Purim Katan. Okay? Good. The months of Nisan, we know all of months of Nisan, we don't say Tachanun. Complete months, we don't say Tachanun, Nisan. Okay, then come the months of Iyar. So in the 5th of Iyar, that's Yom, the Independent Day. We don't say Tachanun, and I brought the sources for it. That Rav Ovadia also paskin, because it was a great day to the Jewish people. We don't say. Yud Daled Iyar, that's Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni, we don't say Tachanun, נכון? Kafhet Iyar, that's Yom Yerushalayim, we also don't say Tachanun. But before that, Yudhet Iyar, that's like Ba'omer. We don't say also Tachanun. After that come the months of Sivan that we are now. From the months of Sivan, from the beginning, from Aleph Sivan until Yud Bet Besivan, include the Yud Bet. Some people say it include 13, okay, different opinion. We don't say Tachanun. Why? Because on the 6th of Sivan, we received the Torah, that's Shavuot, נכון? Those few days before, it's considered Isur Hag of the Hag. Until the 12th, it's the second part, like the Shmini Atzeret of the 8 days of Hag Shavuot. Okay. After that come Chodesh Av. In Av, we don't say on Tisha B'Av, and not on the 15th of Av, Tu B'Av. Then what we have? Chodesh Shvat, Tu B'Shvat. And the 15th of Shvat, we don't say Tachanun. I jumped that. But then come the months of Elul, and the months of Elul, on the 29th of Elul, we don't say Tachanun.
Did you also mention Erev the Chag and Erev most of these?
That's I said, that's Rosh Chodesh, and that's the Hagim.
But Erev.
Erev before, yeah, I didn't mention, but everyone obviously know it. The day before, in Mincha we don't say. That means that if tonight is Rosh Chodesh, today in Mincha we wouldn't say. You understand? Any question? Many people that say Tachanun on Yom HaAtzmaut, but I'm telling you what the Gedolim say. The Rabbanut HaRashit, okay, they pasken not to say on Yom HaAtzmaut. Rav Ovadia Yosef pasken on Yom HaAtzmaut not to say, and Yom Yerushalayim not to say. I have it actually, I have it. He said, I have the video. I have the record. That he said that it's a great days. That we receive the land, that we can come and settle. Not only that, the miracle that happened to the Jewish people on those days. You bet some of you older than me here. 6-day wars, who was thinking that we're going to survive? No one. I was 2 years old and the bullet was flying through the shutters at my house, my father told me. I don't remember that. But can you imagine? HaKadosh Baruch Hu done for us a special miracle.
Yeah.
You know, hey of Iyar. You know what, maybe next week I'll do a shiur about the day Hey of Iyar. I know it's a bit late, but I'll do. What the Kabbalistic rabbi spoke about it in the 16th century. I'm going to bring Ari HaKadosh. What he said about Hey Iyar. The day of Hey of Iyar. Hey of Iyar, you all know, it's the day of independence. Nachon? You know what day is it? It's a special day that we can be redeemed. That the Mashiach can come. It's not a normal day. Kabbalistic rabbi, all the Musar rabbi, the Breslev rabbi, the Hasidut Breslev, the Rebbe, Rabbi Nachman Breslev, what he speak about the Hey of Iyar, it's beyond understanding. Nachon, that there is people that don't believe in it. Aneach laim liYisrael. As long that you don't argue. They don't want to say, they want to say, let them say. I'm telling you what the Gedolim paskin. You know what I'm saying? They have their own Gedol. I can't say nothing about them. You understand what I'm saying? The same like, or the Hasiduyot, when it's a day of the Yortzeit of the Rebbe, they don't say Tachanun. But the rest doesn't agree with that. We on the Yortzeit of a great Rebbe, we say Tachanun, the opposite, to help the Neshama to go on. Yes, any other questions? So I hope that I summarize anything. I hope that I explain everything. Why number one on Monday and Thursday is longer. Where is the source for the Tachanun? Why do we put our head down to show respect that we're bowing down? Why we swap hand between Mincha and Shachrit? Okay? The most important is, what is the vidui? Now that we know what is the vidui, it's very important, Rabotai. Even if sometimes you feel that you've done something wrong, you sit for a few minutes and you say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hatati, Aviti, Pashati, please forgive me, I done that. I don't know how I done it. And express yourself, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu will listen to you, like you're speaking to your father, like a father to a son. And I promise you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will forgive for those sins.